Generating Cohesion, Coopselios 2017 highlights. Coopselios has been pursuing the general interest of both the community and individuals for over 30 years. We take to heart economic growth as well as continuous improvement of the living and working conditions of our members and workers, social cohesion and inclusion. We have an individual-centered approach which is aimed at generating economic and social wealth. In 2017, this wealth amounted to over €124 million, thus confirming the growth trend started in the past years. The turnover. In 2017, the total revenues from sales and services showed a mild increase, and our ordinary operations generated a turnover of around €117 million. 2017 once again confirmed the elderly sector as the driver of Coopselios turnover, amounting to 71% of the total, followed by the child sector totaling 14%, the disabled people sector with 11%, the minors sector with 2%, and the psychiatric healthcare sector with 2%. From a geographical standpoint, the region Emilia-Romagna generated 43.8% of the total turnover, followed by Lombardy with 29.8%, Veneto with 12.6%, and Liguria with 9.6%. Portfolio. The service portfolio appears to be evenly distributed in 2017 too, based on the type of services rendered and the residual terms of the contracts, which grant stability to the cooperative. In 2017, the turnover generated by contracted out services amounted to 65%. That from private services, partially paid for by the state, equaled 31%, and the turnover from private services totaled 4%. Contracted out services are constantly dropping, whereas initiatives promoted by the cooperative and offered to the public administration under accreditation are increasing, which is witness of the capability to develop real partnerships between the public and the private sectors beyond the mere supply of services. Based on the contract term, 45% of the turnover comes from contracts having a term above 10 years. 10% from contracts between 5 and 10 years, and 45% from contracts below 5 years. Financial information. The net result is on the rise, and in 2017 it amounted to €2.5 million, thus equaling 2.2% of the sales revenue. Net equity was €38.2 million, showing a 39.5% increase in the 3-year period between 2014 and 2017. Margins resulting from ordinary operations were the main source of the cooperative self-financing. The absorption of margins by extraordinary operations psychologically dropped to €199,000 in 2017, with a strong containment forecast in 2018. Overall profitability indicators too, such as ROI and ROS, were on the rise. 2017 experienced a significant increase in investments, which was in line with the past years. More specifically, if compared to 2016, the major increase was recorded in investments in intangible assets, which totaled over €3 million. The property owned by the cooperative was the subject of a remarkable consolidation, which resulted in the Coopselios Group improving its financial profile. This was a significant result, which enabled us to offer families, public entities and enterprises alike great development opportunities in healthcare and educational services. Annual versus consolidated financial statement. Invested capital went from €117 to €147 million, while payables to banks rose from €34 to €59 million. This increase was due to tangible fixed assets implemented and funded through financial leasing. The value of production is basically even in both statements, and it amounts to €127 million in the consolidated financial statement. This is proof that the cooperative, including its affiliates, only performs independent activities that are directly aimed at fulfilling the cooperative scope of business. The consolidated net equity exceeds €40 million, which confirms the prudential and efficient management approach of the group. our individual-centered approach. The individual is at the core of the Coopselios philosophy. Many projects were started in 2017 to promote the welfare of the cooperative members, employees and customer. We constantly work for our customers with a view to offering them a better service in our facilities, based on listening, customization and increasing service integration. Almost 2 million hours of healthcare, treatment and education were delivered in 2017. To support continuous improvement in 2017 too, we investigated the satisfaction of the families of our customers, involving a total of 2,885 people. 82% of people interviewed concerning the elderly sector and 92% concerning the child sector declared being fully satisfied with the service they had received. Coopselios also invested to improve the living and working conditions of workers. In 2017, much was done to relaunch the role of members, based on which the profile of special member was established, an organizational review was commenced, and a project was launched for giving value to the role of the facility coordinator. Over 79,000 hours of refresher training, theoretical and on-the-job training were delivered to staff in 2017. The initiatives we put in place contributed, among others, to support the constant increase of the membership percentage. Currently, 68% of workers are Coopselios members. Who we are: human resources. Most Coopselios workers are employed in the elderly sector, 21% in the child sector, 11% in the disabled people sector, and 2% in the minors sector. 4% of staff is office workers. A certain level of stability is also found when it comes to the distribution of workers in the various regions. Emilia-Romagna amounts for 51.7%, followed by Lombardy, Veneto, Liguria, Lazio, Tuscany and Trentino Alto Adige. 89% of workers are women, and 76% of them work on a permanent contract. The situation above confirms the cooperative commitment to offering stable employment. Welfare. In 2017, Coopselios reconfirmed its commitment to integrating opportunities in the health and welfare areas. Thanks to new agreements with private services paid for by the state healthcare system, and more specifically, thanks to the extension of the service conditions to workers' families as well, we gave people who work for Coopselios and their families greater peace of mind. In light of these important news, the claims for refunds in 2017 increased by 3.8% as regards members and by 16.9% as regards employees. Coopselios, taking care of people.